Corbin Maxey is here with us on your Wednesday for, of course, another edition of Africa Creature Feature. And a little bird told me, well, it was a big bird, really, that told me. A big bird told me this one is pretty special to you for more than just the usual reason.
This one is special to me because it's so different from what we've seen before. I actually get to sit down. Well, I really don't get to sit down. I get to stand up and interview one of the world's leading raptor experts, Dr. Munir Virani from the Peregrine Fund, and he's the Africa's program director. And he is in charge of everything. All these adventures you see me, he's the one behind the scenes, and I get to interview him. He actually let me do it, and I'm excited to see the footage. So it's fantastic. Take a look. Okay, I am here with one of the world's leading raptor experts, Dr. Munir Virani. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my God.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. How long have you been working with birds of prey?
I've been working with birds of prey for the last 20 years. The Peregrine Fund set up shop here in Kenya in East Africa, basically to take over after the great Dr. Leslie Brown, who's done tremendous work on raptors. And since then, raptor biology kind of came to a standstill. We are very blessed in this country. We have over 76 diurnal species of birds of prey and 16 nocturnal owls, which is one of the highest diversities in the world.
In the world?
In the world.
In the world.
That is correct.
Now, how can you tell, like for someone at home, how can you tell what defines a bird of prey?
A bird of prey, ideally, there are 300 species of birds of prey around the world, approximately. What characterizes them is that they have forward-facing eyes, they have the hooked beak, and most importantly, they have the sharp talons.
The sharp, yes,
grabbing prey.
Just a lot of force. Are birds of prey disappearing all over the world?
Birds of prey are basically having a really challenging time globally. They are huge threats for their nesting habitat. They're losing nesting habitat. Primarily in Kenya, the biggest problem for avian scavengers like vultures and marabou storks would be poisoning.
What do you mean, like poisoning? What does that mean? I mean, are people throwing poison to them to purposely kill them?
Ideally, what's happening is we have a lot of pastoral communities in Africa.
Yes.
And they have huge amounts of livestock. With human-wildlife conflicts, occasionally they lose a cow or a goat to a lion or a hyena.
Oh my gosh.
And so, because they're not compensated by the government, they will deliberately try to poison the animal that killed their cow, and almost invariably it's the vultures that get the end of the rope.
Oh my God.
And you know, one poisoning event can kill up to 200 to 300 vultures.
I mean, you know, and they're so good for our environment. I think there's such a big misconception. I mean, what do you think this place, Africa, or even the world would be without vultures?
Vultures, you know, there are garbage disposal men. They do a free service. They consume more than 70% of all the dead animals in the Mara Serengeti ecosystem.
70%?
That is correct.
So it would just be like tons of bones and disease, I'm guessing, right?
They would stop the spread of diseases. They help recycle nutrients. They help keep the environment clean. I mean, what you're imagining is if there were no vultures in the Mara Serengeti ecosystem, you would have tourists walking around with face masks.
Oh my gosh.
With the stench would just kill them.
That'd be good. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and hope you enjoy your stay in
Kenya.
Kenya.
I will, in Africa. Yeah, very good.
Good.
Pretty incredible. Not something you really think about. Vultures, 70% of...
70%, I mean, they consume all those carcasses. And the thing about it is, a lot of people don't know about it. I've never heard about the African vulture crisis, and that's why we're trying to shed light to this, because it's an ongoing problem, and they're disappearing fast. And if we lose them, it's going to be, it's going to completely ruin all of our ecosystems. So, trying to get the word out through the Peregrine Fund.
And of course, the Peregrine Fund has always been a big advocate for that as well. And there's lots of various things they have going on as far as shows and educational opportunities where people can kind of learn more about that
absolutely,
too. So.
Absolutely. And Munir works for them. He actually lives in Africa, but you can go to the Peregrine Fund here in Boise, learn about birds of prey. They're incredible species, and like I said, that's incredibly, you know, it's really alarming, and I'm glad we can kind of get the message out.
Cool. Yeah, we're glad that you were here this morning as well, and we've got more Africa to come. That's the great thing. You go to another continent, you come back with loads of great footage.
Next week is the Maasai, the village people. So this could be interesting.
Cool. Well, we'll see what next week holds on Wednesday with Creature Feature. Thanks a lot, Corbin.